Yeah. And like, now don't you feel it in, maybe this is a better question, like, where do you feel it in your body with this knowing that like it is now your mythos, your destiny to follow your dreams, and not only the name of yourself, but in the name of your mother and all other people who want to go after their dreams? Like, where do you feel that in your body? What feeling is that?
Oh man, that's a very hard
I know.
questions. I don't know where exactly it is,
Well,
but
take a
like
deep breath. Feel it in your body.
oh man, like right now.
Yeah.
No, tomorrow.
Yeah. Take a deep breath. They can wait.
I feel like I feel it more in my chest area. I think I need to dive deep into like where I'm feeling things, but
Totally. Not to put you on the spot.
yeah.
I just
No, you're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, because like for me, I feel like I'm at that point too where all this like past trauma from like past generation, right? Like in my mind, I'm the one that's breaking that curse.
Fuck yeah.
This is like me, like so like the next
I feel it in my
generation.
chest
So
with
like
you, man. I'm like,
when I do have kids in the future, like I want to teach them like what I know now.
yeah.
Like hopefully they don't, like obviously they're gonna figure out their own shit.
Right.
But yeah, like I want to be that one to like break that curse and be like, fuck this 9 to 5 thing. Like
Yeah.
Yep.
live your life and be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna be.
Hey man, if the 9 to 5 makes you happy, then
Yeah, of course, of course.
people want that, right?
Yeah,
Some people
because
want that
we talked
level
about
of
it in the last
security.
podcast too. Like, because like
Yeah.
sometimes I'll get a little envious of the people that are like so. Oh, I have my 9 to 5, and then I just get to go home, hang out with my family. Weekends off,
Right.
and then sometimes like once a year I go vacation. I'm just like,
Yeah.
that sounds like a good life.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like it sounds very, I guess, content.
Or complacent. For you, I guess.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I also feel like that's part of the narrative that we have to change, because I think people are so stuck on this idea of success and the perfect life,
yeah,
associating that with that like very structured workflow. Whereas now there's a ton of us, I feel,
Yeah.
that are starting, like our eyes are a little bit wider or whatever that energy is, and we're just starting to realize that there is a path outside of the social norm.
Yeah.
And it's very scary. And so your mom to basically say like, I'm not as brave as you, that's an absolutely true statement,
yeah.
because it's safe to stay in the corporate world because there's a little bit more certainty. But when you're off doing your own thing and doing things you love, and you don't have maybe a mentor or someone in your family who's been in a business or have generational wealth that can like fund what you want to do, like it's unknown.
Yeah, because like the thing is like just comparing this podcast, right, and then having a regular office job. When I go to my office job, I would get paid for staying there, regardless if you're paying hourly or salary, right? Like
Right.
you're gonna get paid
Yeah.
for however much. But then when you're doing a podcast, like I don't know when I'm gonna get paid. Like shit, like it might be
Right.
fucking years from now, or like you know what I
Right,
mean,
yeah.
or like there's so much uncertainty there that it's for people that are like not willing to pursue things like that, because like
yeah.
I don't know if there's because the I guess the common answer is like, how are you gonna get money? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if they don't
I
see money right away,
Yeah.
they're already like, what's the point of this?
was gonna say instant gratification.
Exactly.
I feel like that's what that like population or demographic is looking for. That every week I know I'm gonna have paper.
Yeah.
But then when we go back to like the poem you read yesterday
Yes.
to me, which blew my fucking mind,
Man, I really want to
it's
hear
not like we're looking at this idea of money in the wrong perspective. And
this.
like even in the beginning, it just talks about, I'm not the paper in your pocket or whatever it was
Yeah.
mentioned, and it talked about it being an energy, and I'm like,
Yeah.
And then even earlier, you talked about that exchange you had where you had to talk to essentially, somebody who's embodying money, and immediately I'm already thinking what money's saying back to me.
You're
because
like, fuck.
now that I know it's an energy and it's like this relationship, I know what I need to do to fix this.
Damn.
Yeah, because that's so funny though. Because I remember talking to Anthony when I first took this space, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Oh, it's gonna be this much," and then it's kind of like, "Oh shit!" Like, okay.
I knew you were gonna take it.
But then I was like, because I had another option too. But then I was like, I looked at the other place, it didn't feel right, and then I looked. I mean, I'm already renting the space here, but it's just like, just being in here, like, but during that time, there was like a shit ton
Careful,
of,
the owners here.
Yeah. There was a shit ton of like crap in here.
Yeah,
basically.
it was like, it did not.
It was a
look like
storage room, but it was more of a lot
Chaos.
of like trash.
Yeah, I don't remember it looking like this when I was
Yeah.
here only like a fucking month ago.
Total chaos.
But yeah, just like being in here and then walking around the space, I was just like, this feels right. And
Yeah.
like at that time, so I was just like, fuck it. I'm just going to say yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to figure it out.
Well, and I think
Yeah.
it's like back to the energy thing. It's because you're with her. Like her energy is that. Her energy is like, I'm going to fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, and that's something we kind of talked about it yesterday. I was like, Felicia, one of my most favorite fucking things about you since I met you was that you have that thing. You have that thing where you set a vision and you live into it, and you have determination and passion and drive and surrender and trust and all these things. And I'm like, she's got it. I don't know, like you begin to like, once you walk this path, I'm sure you feel it too.
Yeah.
Like you begin to see the people are like,
Oh, yeah.
there it is. Like you have that bravery, you have that courage, you have that vulnerability, you have like authenticity, all the things. And again, like we're all in our own little fucking bubbles at the end of the day. Like
Yeah.
just because like we all resonate with each other doesn't mean that there's a whole other fucking
Right.
multiverse that lives across the street
Yeah.
and fucking has their own kind of like resonant bubble, right? But I really resonate with dreamers and doers and like passion builders and people who like really have large idea. Like yours, like I want to inspire a bunch of people, right?
Yeah.
I want to inspire a bunch of people through my podcast. That's a big fucking heart goal dream. Like you don't have to put a bunch of poetic words to it to like feel that in your heart. And that's kind of what I feel with Felicia too. So if you guys are in a space together and you're creating that space together, like I think it's like, of course you fell in love with this because
Yeah.
you're in that resonant wave, and together, like you just keep doing it. You just keep going, and you already know the fucking thing, and like it's just gonna naturally like unfold.